Let me check the YouTube. Let me see. It does not say we are live, but that can change very soon.
Correct. We are live now.
Oh, it says live on my screen, right? So I guess. Oh, there it is.
We're live now.
Okay, we did it.
We did it.
We did it. Let me move this over here real quick.
And it says live up on the little thing up here. So
it says live. We're live. I'm alive. All right. Anyways, welcome everybody listening. There's not many of you, I'm sure. Maybe just one or two people. Episode 1, All Elite Wrestling Podcast, where we talk about only All Elite Wrestling, no WWE, even though some of that shit might come up. Just All Elite. That's it. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the new roster, the people that they've hired so far, the free agents that they can hire, anybody from WWE that we think All Elite should hire would be a good fit. You know, all of that fun stuff. And Mackenzie's here.
Hello.
I gotta find a better way to introduce you. But anyways, yes.
Am I a guest or
here. Huh?
Am I a guest or a co-host?
You're a co-host on this episode.
I think we should probably try to get guests at some point.
So what if I just downgrade you to guest right now?
No.
You're a guest now. I'm actually talking to my friend Kazar. Hopefully he'll take me up on it. I literally know 2 people in the world that like wrestling. It's you and Kazar. So
and I know another person, but we're gonna have to wait a while on that.
That Instagram chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, introduction to the show, introduce myself. Yeah. So I figured since it's the first episode that we should talk about how long we've been watching wrestling for and how we started watching wrestling and all of that fun shit. So anyways, on my part, Mackenzie actually introduced me to wrestling. What match was it? You showed me, it was back in 2010, I think, John Cena versus JBL I Quit match. Yeah. I think that was the first match you showed me. And I've been watching ever since.
And for me, it was off and on. Like I've been off and on with it a lot of time. Like from 2000, got interested in it in 2009. I think like late 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Watched.
SmackDown. And what were you? You were 10.
Yeah.
11. 10 or 11. 10. That's about the age. That's about the wrestling age.
So I think 2010, 2011 was when I was really watching it. Then I kind of dropped off for a little bit. Now I'm kind of coming back around to it, but I'm still not really all the way back into it yet.
That's the way I kind of think about it for myself. I was into it from 2010 to 2013. From 2013, I took a hiatus up until 2017. I didn't watch it from 2013, or at least from 2014 to 2017. I didn't watch it. And then I started watching it in 2017. I started getting into New Japan and Ring of Honor and all of that shit because God knows WWE's product isn't as good as it should be with all the fucking talent that they have.
And that's the sucky part. I have the talent to make.
That's what AEW is for. That's why we're doing this, man. They're going to do it right. I'm telling you, they're going to do it right. That's why I'm doing this podcast. You know, with all the fucking talent that WWE has, it's amazing that they can't book for shit.
Though people said Raw yesterday was pretty good, but was able to
for the first time in like a year.
Or
it was good.
A few years actually, I think. Like,
yeah.
To me, it's always not. It had its moments, but it's always been okay. Like it hasn't been what
it's not good consistently, and that's the issue. And so, anyways, with the bad product that WWE puts out, I started getting into Bullet Club and New Japan and Kenny Omega and all of that shit. I started talking to you about it too because when I started getting into it, you were pretty into it too, I guess.
And just saying, when I was not interested in wrestling, I always kept up with it. I just didn't watch the shows.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I do. I don't really watch the shows. I try to watch Raw or SmackDown. I tend to watch NXT more than I watch anything else because Raw and SmackDown is so bad, and the way that Triple H books NXT, it's actually not. It's actually not bad. It's actually more good than it is bad. So that's
Which
nice.
I guess brings us to one of your first questions that you've brought up about AEW.
Which one?
How will having wrestlers book affect the booking?
Oh yeah, we'll get there. Let's do the introduction first because I want to do it in order. All right.
You just did the introduction.
Yeah, I got you. Who has already signed? All right. So, anyways, All Elite Wrestling Podcast. We're doing it. I think we're the first one. I hope we're the first one. Let's make it better
I
product
mean,
than
I don't
everybody else.
first one talking about it because
Yeah, but I
that's
think we're the first podcast solely dedicated to it that I know of, but I'm not sure.
probably, but
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, we started doing a wrestling podcast in general, like a WWE, ROH, any of that shit. But I think AEW is really going to start to take over, and maybe that'll actually make the WWE product even better.
competition
When you look back
again.
at the WCW and WWE wars and all of that fun shit, it
The
might
reason
actually.
the
Hmm?
main reason why it was good at that time was because they had is because they were competing with someone,
Yeah, man,
and
they had that competition.
for the
They
past
needed to make their product better so that they wouldn't go under.
maybe 10 years, TNA was around, but it wasn't really on. It wasn't up there yet. It
You know
wasn't.
what TNA is, dude? All right. So TNA is to WWE as a 5-year-old kid is to me if we're fighting each other. I'd fuck that kid up. That kid doesn't stand a chance. That's what TNA is to WWE. I cannot believe that TNA is still around. That's unbelievable to me still.
They're doing better now. I mean, I've seen some of the things they've done. They're doing better things now.
What's their new name? Because it's not TNA anymore. It's something else.
It's Impact.
Impact, right? Yeah. So it's Impact. Sure.
Yep. I
And
still call it that. That's what I remember it being. So
you know what when I started to think about when they announced AEW is what's going to happen at ROH and not even New Japan because that's all the way out in Japan, but ROH that's going to have to go under, right? ROH and Impact.
I mean, I don't think so. I think they may work like kind of how. I mean, I understand it's two major companies, but Ring of Honor and New Japan have a working relationship with each other.
Yeah.
So maybe AEW does the same thing with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so that the wrestlers can go to each show. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I know that the
We'll have to wait and
contracts are
see.
supposed to be more wrestler friendly that compared to WWE. So less shows, more money. I think that they're getting health. I think they're getting insurance benefits, which is nice to see.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, I guess we can start off by talking about the roster and who they've already picked up, and then we can go into who we want them to pick up.
Okay.
So current roster, obviously you have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. You have Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, Adam Hangman Page. You got Pac, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, Joey Janela, Maxwell Jacob Friedman,
Friedman.
MJF is what I'm gonna call him. He did something at the he did something at the AEW rally where they started announcing people. I think he's a good heel. He's actually
Hmm.
I liked it. Anyway, Cima, 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 El Lindaman, T Hawk, Takehiro Yamamura. Obviously,
Okay.
I don't know most of these people. For the females, you have Brandy Rhodes, Britt Baker, and Penelope Ford. Britt Baker is Adam Cole's girlfriend. Fun fact.
And
All right.
obviously, Brandy Rhodes is Cody's wife.
Right. Okay. I guess I should, if I brought that up, I should have brought them both up. Anyway,
Obviously.
yeah. I mean, who on that list actually? Do you know anybody on that list that sticks out to you that you think is going to make a huge splash? Because when I see Pac, and I think he's going to be huge because when he stuck it to WWE and he left, he got kind of a following, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do. I think he's going to do big things. or Neville.
I'm curious what Chris Jericho's gonna do.
I'm curious what Jericho's gonna do, but you know, he's old. He's like 50 now, and he's still really good in the ring. But I'm curious. I'm curious on who the younger guys.
I wonder if
who's gonna step up.
He's gonna be more of like a teacher role, maybe, kind of like a mentor kind of role. Too.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what he's going to be doing, and I'm sure he's going to be booking a little bit. You know, that's the thing. Like we're going to talk about it later, but the people that are running this, you got Matt and Nick Jackson, you got Cody Rhodes, and then you got Jericho. Obviously, they're all wrestlers. They'll probably know how to book better than Vince. You know,
Brandy, I think, is the
Brandy, right?
Branding, which is
branding.
I think she's like I don't know if she's the CFO or anything, but she's part of the main people.
Yeah, and one of the huge differences between this and WWE is the wrestlers are going to have a much bigger creative role in what they're doing, and they're going to be able to actually pitch ideas and to have their shit actually be considered. And I think that's huge. And I think that's going to make the product much better within itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, Adam Page, I never really got into him. He's so bland, in my opinion. I haven't seen anything from him that really makes him stick out from anybody else. With the cowboy, like with the, I don't know. Never got into him. Yeah, looking forward to see what Pac's gonna do. I'm also wondering with the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes being both bookers and being the wrestlers. I'm curious, like how that's gonna affect the outcome.
Like you're kind of wondering if there's gonna be any possible bias or anything.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna overwhelmingly choose themselves to win or something.
And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that there's going to be any silly bias like that, but you never know, I guess.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but
yeah, just
food for thought. Still doesn't exist.
Huh?
That doesn't mean the possibility still might not. Possibility still exists, though.
Yeah, of course. So we have the Double or Nothing show. What's that slated for? I didn't even write that down. What's that? May 25th, something like that. MGM Grand Vegas. That's gonna
the fact that they're just starting, and the fact that they got a show in the MGM Grand is just amazing.
It's huge. You can fit 16,000 people in there. It's a big venue. That's where UFC does their pay-per-views. So
it's funny because speaking of that, just as a kind of not like just to point something out, it seems like UFC always does their pay the shows from there.
In Vegas or just in that venue?
In Vegas.
Yeah. I guess Vegas would be a good area to have UFC. I don't know why. Like just Vegas, New York, Chicago, all those big cities. Yet they never come down to Miami, but whatever. That's fine.
It is what it is. Moving on.
Heard about it. Yeah, moving on. Come down to Miami already. Shit. Shit. What was I talking about?
Just got off of the booking. How Cody and the Young Bucks are both booking the shows in wrestling. So
yeah,
we're gonna go from
there.
Yeah,
and they also with being the elite. That show's fun. I think it's funny, and I don't know if they're still doing it now, but they used to have like these storylines similar to wrestling storylines, and they were actually executed really well. And I think if they could take some of that execution from that show and then implement it in All Elite Wrestling, I think that would be huge. I think the wrestlers, man. I've been saying this all along, but wrestlers are better bookers than people who never wrestled. Like that's just the way it is.
We've been over this.
Yeah. Well, it's technically a new podcast, but I'll bring it up anyway. But yeah, I think that's going to be big
because they have experience being in the situations that they're in. They kind of because they know what gets the crowd going. They know what they can pick up on things that they may want to try at some point.
Right. And they know how to get a reaction. Obviously, they're the best at getting reactions. So who do you think do you have anybody that's whose contract is ending soon or any future signings that you think would work really well? Obviously Kenny Omega.
I mean, I have some ideas, but I don't know when the contract's up though.
Who do you got?
Like, what one of the things I really would want to see, and I don't think that's happening anytime soon, is that maybe Finn Balor goes over there and goes back to being Prince Devitt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure how he's gonna. I'm not sure when his contract ends, but just off the
I
top of my
think
head, that's one.
I don't have it pulled up right now, but I think it was either 2020, anywhere between 2020 and 2022. And so yeah, they're gonna have to wait a little bit for him. Someone whose contract is expiring this year, however, is AJ Styles. April 2019. AJ Styles to AEW.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think that
Because
would, why would he? Why would he not?
I think I'd want Kenny Omega and AJ to sign so we can have that match there.
Yeah. You know, why would they got AJ Styles up until WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, you know, that's it. I don't know why he wouldn't. I think that'd be great. But
His
also that
a little bit.
March, April, May. That's in time for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, you could
But also,
finish off.
how are they going to promote Double or Nothing? How are they going to build up storylines for
I
that
would
if
probably
these people
say
are under contract?
online, probably, because I don't know what kind of audience they have right now. So they're probably gonna have to,
Like
it's a,
Twitter
do it
feed.
yourself kind of thing. So maybe like YouTube, they can do it
Yeah,
over Twitter. They can.
yeah. I actually didn't even think about that until now. Like, how are they? I guess you can do it over Twitter, but you know, you can't punch someone in the face via
I think
iPhone.
right now the best option they have for promoting it is YouTube. I think.
Yeah, but you still need like them to like wrestle people and shit, right? I don't
They'll
because
figure
we
something out. I'm not in their heads. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they'll figure something out.
I don't have any ideas as to when the first actual TV show is going to be because they don't even have any plans with any networks just yet. I saw that they're negotiating with some people, but they don't have um, any TV deals set up already. So yeah, I actually am curious how they're gonna
I'm just curious how I'm going to be able to watch it though. That's the problem. Is
Double or Nothing or AEW.
both.
Look, if there's a will, there's a way. If
I
you
don't
want
know.
to make it happen, you can make
The
it
money,
happen.
I probably could find a way to do it, but it's just money's kind of a problem because I'm in school right now. So
Just get it for free. That's what I do. I don't pay to watch WWE. I have an app. Use that shit.
I don't trust that shit.
Yeah. It might not be legal. I don't care. I still do it. All right. Yeah, so Omega, his contract's gonna end at the end of January. So, you know, they'll most likely sign him February 1st is kind of what I'm thinking. Um, Jim Ross, he's under contract with WWE for some reason up until March. You know, maybe he'll commentate a little bit. I don't know when
I
he's
heard
up.
that maybe they were trying to get Joey Styles to do it too.
Joey Styles, he's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey Styles, and yeah, AJ Styles, April 2019.
I think
Those are some
Joey's.
huge stars that they would have up in AEW if AJ Styles and Kenny Omega came. And you know, it's kind of a given that Kenny Omega is going to show up, but AJ Styles, you know, we'll see.
Hmm.
Um, I put this up in the title. I do think Kenny Omega should have went to WWE because I was reading somewhere that there was a clause in his contract where after 8 months with the company, he can choose whether he wants to. It was either 8 or 18. If it was 18, that's a little too long. But if it was 8 months, there was something that states that he could finish that out and then choose whether or not he wants to stay with WWE or move on to become a free agent. I think if he went to WWE and he did that 8-month stint and then he got people behind him and he gets over, which it's Kenny Omega, he's got to get over, right? I guess you never know, but if he gets over and then he gets people behind him, they book him in main events and shit. There's
Pretty
people
sure.
there's people with their eyes on WWE. He'll finish out that 8-month period. He'll move on to AEW, and then he'll bring those people that were watching him from WWE to AEW and show them their product. And then I think that would be a fun way of of gaining a new audience.
I mean, there is also the problem because there are fans that don't know who he is.
Right. They don't know who he is, but once they go to WWE, they're going to push him like they should know who he is. And then once he's in WWE, people are going to know who he is. They have a huge fan base of people who have no idea who he is.
But who's to say that they're not going to screw him up?
They might screw him up, but most of the WWE audience did not know who AJ Styles was before he came to WWE, and he's still over as fuck. So,
I mean, I just think he shouldn't go just for the chance that they might not know what to do with him.
But it's only 8 months.
I know it's only 8. It would only be 8 months, but there's a lot of damage that someone can do in 8 months.
No, he's got a loyal ass fan base there's a lot of Kenny Omega fans from ROH and New Japan. I don't think they would fuck him up so bad that he's not going to be over anywhere else.
I think they did. I think he did reject that though.
Yeah, it's too late. This is just I don't even know why I have it written down, but yeah, he already rejected it. So yeah, fuck that. So I saw that the AEW shows are going to be live. They were planning on doing it live. I saw some reports that they wanted to do it pre-taped, but I think that was false. It looks like they're going to be doing live shows, 2 hours shows, which I think is a much better format than what WWE is doing.
It's like Takeover is only like 2 hours at most.
Takeover? No, Takeover is like 3 hours.
No, it's about.
I don't remember actually.
Depends on the matches they have, but it's between about 2 hours.
Yeah, but anyways, a 2 hour live show weekly. They'll win a pay-per-view once in a while. Hours. I think that's a good format. With 2 hour shows. I think WWE overcompensates. I think that they put out way too much content that they know what to do with. And it's so crazy, but you watch Raw and SmackDown and there's so many filler segments that it doesn't even make sense as to how they have filler segments.
I understand why Raw would have filler segments because the thing is 3 hours long, but why does SmackDown have filler segments?
Yeah. But even Raw doesn't need to have filler segments. They're just being lazy, man. They have so much talent on that roster that if they really wanted to book people, then they could make more meaningful shit than all of those fillers, all that filler stuff.
I don't think, like I said, I've said this before when we talked before, but I feel like the show should be 2 hours long, but and only be 3 hours for special occasions.
Mm-hmm. For Raw,
or for both, if it depends on which. Like, remember when Hal used to do the draft?
Yeah.
That was a 3 hour show.
Uh-huh.
So just use it for special occasions.
Just change the show on a special occasion, but fuck that. That's WWE. We're not even going to talk about them. Let's stick with the AEW.
I mean, there's not much. The reason we're doing this is because there's not really much to talk about yet.
There's still shit to talk about, I still have a list of things that we can talk about. So,
grand scheme of things, there's not much to talk about. There's not really, nothing's really final yet.
Yeah, well, whatever. So how does that format compare to W? Yeah, so the AEW format I think would work much better. Also, they have a much smaller roster, but I'm sure the roster will be much larger once they actually start putting out content. Mm-hmm. I do wonder when they're going to actually start the weekly series. it can't possibly be for a long time. You know, first they gotta make a contract with a TV network. They have to set all that fun stuff up. It probably won't
Or
be.
they could maybe, I mean, interesting if they kind of did it with like a streaming service or something.
Yeah, I think that'd be. Did he? Is that what I wrote down? I wrote something about them streaming that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, TV is fucking dying. I know so many people who are getting rid of their cable and their TV services. Like
Like
less and less people are watching TV.
it's like why do you need cable if you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have
Yeah,
Amazon, you have all these. You don't really need.
and I'm super surprised that I guess maybe there's more money in the contracts with these TV networks. I was going to say I'm surprised that these wrestling promotions haven't like figured that out yet and started moving on to streaming platforms. And yes, WWE made their own network and they stream their pay-per-views on there. Yeah, that's dope. But I still need like cable to watch SmackDown and Raw. Like
I think
chill.
what I think
Nobody
what they like. You know they got Fight TV, right?
They have Fight TV, but that's still I don't know.
I
What
mean,
if
they
what if
do that.
AEW made their own streaming platform like AEW or AllEliteWrestling.com or some shit? And
Maybe they will make a website for it. I mean, they probably have to make a website for it eventually, but
if they made a website or well, I think this would be essential. If they made an app that you can download on your phone and then pay like $10 a month, $15 a month. Well, that's kind of pushing it, but $10 a month, you get a weekly show. You get Being the Elite. I'm sure they'll put that and any other content on there similar to what WWE Network is, but they would actually stream the actual TV show. I think that would be a really good way of putting your product out as opposed to having it on TV. But maybe there's more money in TV and that's why other promotions haven't done it yet.
and if you think about it, there are also people who don't have the streaming services, so it would be better. It would be would be better to get them more exposure through TV
Yeah,
because there are people who still watch TV surprisingly, but
80-year-olds. But yeah, anyways, I think that they should really look into streaming their shit instead of having it on TV, or maybe do both. But also, I don't think the TV networks would be happy with that. So yeah, I'll let them figure it out. I don't even think, in all the stuff that I was reading, it didn't even look like that was like streaming was an option. I saw they were talking to TNT, like TBS, which those are still big networks, right? But they were talking to them, and what's that? What's that TV channel that does ROH?
I don't know.
Is it Fight TV? No,
Fight TV has it, but
it was Access or something that was doing ROH. But yeah, man, no, I don't fucking watch TV. Stream that. I think a lot more people would be able to watch it. Watch it on your phone. Watch it on your computer. Hell, fuck, put it on your smart TV. People are getting smart TVs now where you can just stream like Hulu and Netflix and all of that stuff.
they could do it on Fight TV if they wanted to. They could do it on many different. They have a lot of options to work with here, so we'll see what they do.
My TV is an option, but maybe making their own site would be better.
Ring of Honor is on Fight TV, so they could.
I think I don't think there's going to be a lot of people watching Ring of Honor. Not like there's a lot of people watching Ring of Honor now, but now that most of Bullet Club's out of there, the Elite's out of there, that was the biggest thing in there. So I don't know about that.
We'll see, but
all right. Shit. Well, that's everything I had written down. I do have this thing I spoke about it earlier. MJF. I think he the MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Friedman, whatever. He did something at the rally. He was big heel, which I guess that's a good way to get people to hate you. So I thought he was pretty funny. He reminded me of The Miz.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like the funny thing is, just kind of to go off on the on that, if you hate someone's character, they're doing their job correctly.
Yes. And I don't think WWE understands that because everybody in the audience hates all of the faces because they're so goddamn boring. But whatever. At least I hate all of the faces. Like Finn Balor, he's supposed to be cool, but he's the most. It's so frustrating, like seeing how they book him because he's just so boring.
Oh, and just kind of to go, just kind of speaking of Finn Balor, when he faces Brock Lesnar, he has to be the demon.
Yeah,
He has to.
just to get squashed, but
No.
it's whatever. Oh, he's gonna get squashed so hard. Even if he doesn't get squashed, I don't care. Whatever. But he probably won't get squashed. He'll probably just lose at the end of it.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. I don't really have anything else written down. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Bet. All right.
I'm kind of getting tired, a little tired anyway, so.
All right. That is the end. Episode 1. All Elite Wrestling. Thank you for nobody for listening. There's nobody in the live stream, but that is okay. It's just episode 1. All right. I'm just going to end it now, I guess.
All right.
Stop broadcast.